Toastmaster Balu. Namaskar. Namaskar, Toastmaster Balu.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Gandhar. Namaskar and a very good evening, distinguished Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. I'm extremely sorry. I'm extremely sorry. Okay, let me start again. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Gandhar. Namaskar and a very good evening, distinguished Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Namaskar, a Sanskrit word which we use generally to greet one another out of love and respect, holds a very special place in my heart. So I thought, why not use it to introduce myself officially at Toastmasters? I have been a part of Toastmasters for over 6 months now, but the time I have taken to give this speech kind of presents me as somebody who is a procrastinator or someone who is very afraid of giving speeches publicly. But that's not the case. Funnily, I'm giving my icebreaker after such a long time that I've already made friends here. And these friends have been so comforting and so understanding that they keep asking me regularly whether I've given my speech or not. Because the real reason why I have struggled so much with giving is because of my hesitation to speak about myself. And that too for a couple of minutes, that's kind of a terrorizing event for me. And I think that's because I've always been that kind of a shy kid who can speak about anything, who can joke around, who can participate in everything. But when I'm asked to speak about myself, I go, mum, there are no words at all. I think many people can relate with it. It's like it's easier to break a rock than to break an ice. Sometimes it happens. And my friends also even complain about the same thing. I can recall an incident where I was very young and was riding my scooty and I had an accident. I was bleeding. My arms were bleeding, my legs were bleeding. But all I said to myself was, it's okay, it's painful, but I'll manage. I need not ask for help. And what I did was, I drove back home, straight away went to the washroom and cleaned up. I did not speak about it at all. But once my ankle was twice its size and my mom noticed that, I told them what happened. But the real reason was because something was going on in my mind. Like, why bother them? Because it's already hurting, it's already painful, and my parents are very protective about me. And my father, being a doctor, would have given me an endless list of to do and what not to do, which I did not want to listen to at all, but unfortunately had to listen to. Somehow I thought this flaw of mine is a minor one. I can manage it. Sometimes when there will be a major issue, I will be able to speak about myself. But last year, I screwed up big time, like literally big time, only because of the reason that I couldn't express my hurt or my pain. All I had to do was tell my people that this is something I want and this is something I don't want. So let's not do it. But I kept mum. And the situation was out of my hands. How many of you in the audience have faced this? I cannot see a raise of hands, but I think all of us have suppressed our feelings at one point of time only because of the fact that why bother our people? It's okay. It's okay, it's hurting, but it's okay. Anyway, moving on. During this time, I came across Toastmasters. And I was elated because it was a wonderful opportunity for three major reasons. The first reason being the opportunity to speak in front of an audience, which I actually love and cherish. The best roles possible here at Toastmasters are the tag L roles. I love them. The second reason was the opportunity to create and deliver speeches with a base of my life, which could have helped me a lot. The third reason, which is the most truthful one, is to listen to the amazing speakers we have here at the club. Trust me when I say it, because when I searched for the best online Toastmaster clubs, I found MTC listed there. And I know why, only because I'm facing it right now. It's like a weekly trip to Mulund. It's a weekly trip to Mulund, and I really love it. I think I've gone a little longer about my emotional side. Personally, I come from a family of four, my father being a doctor, my mother managing the clinic we have, my sister, who is a special child, and despite being the elder one, gets all the kind of attention and pampering, and I'm always left out. I think everybody has faced this sibling rivalry and pain. So it's a universal thing. And at work front, I'm currently pursuing my PhD in bioengineering, where I'm trying to design a biosensor which can be an alternate to the available glucometers in the market and can be better monitoring for diabetes. This is something I keep reminding myself every day when I reach my lab. I have to do that. Coming back to where I started from. As Winston Churchill once said, if you're going through hell, why would you stop? Just keep going. So exactly that's what I'm doing right now. I am learning, I'm going on, I'm moving forward. And I'm also reminding myself of the fact that our loved ones are not mind readers. We can try our best to express silently, but they won't be able to listen it, despite them loving us unconditionally. So all we can do is put our guards down and speak our heart out. That's all from my side. Namaskar once again. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Gata. And sorry for that.
Thank you, Toastmaster Balu, and thank you for that standing ovation, everybody. Congratulations, Toastmaster Balu, firstly, for beginning your pathways journey and for an excellent beginning which you started your icebreaker with. And looking forward to hear more speeches of yours in the future. Coming to our second speaker for today, who is Toastmaster Tushar, who says his best friends list is endless. But the quality that he appreciates in his friends is that they are all true and always there by his side. I would request his evaluator, Toastmaster Puneet, to kindly read out his speech again.
Good evening, everyone. The purpose of Toastmasters Tushar's speech is to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance speech. This member has chosen to only be evaluated on vocal variety for the speech. I know each of the times 5 to 7 minutes. Other students.
Toastmaster Tushar taking a step, Toastmaster Tushar.
Thank you so much. Few years ago, when COVID-19 came, government imposed a lockdown. Everything was closed. After a while, they permitted gym. My friend was a gym trainer. He called me that Tushar, gym is open. You come. I went for a workout, and after my workout, beside my gym, there is a pond. I saw a man who was sitting on a cliff and who was trying to jump into the pond. And I quickly shouted, "Hey, stop!" He ignored me. I ran towards him and I went near him. I was fuming with anger that why are you jumping? He was a 45 to 50-year-old man who was drunk, who was trying to commit suicide. And I said, sir, what is the problem? Can you please talk with me? He completely ignored me. Meanwhile, a watchman who was guarding that pond, he came shouting, "Hey, if you wanted to jump, then jump quickly. Otherwise, I will come over there and I will push you inside." And he said, "If you don't jump, I'm calling the police station right now." And I said, "You please stay out of this matter. I am handling this situation." I told this to the watchman. And I started having conversations. "Sir, what is the problem? Can you please tell me?" He said, he didn't answer anything. "Sir, I am like your son, sir. Please, can you please tell me what happened?" He just looked at me and said, "I'm fed up of life. Before lockdown, I lost my job. I have two daughters. One of daughter's college fees is pending. One of the daughter's school fees is pending. I don't know what to do. I told him, sir, lockdown has impacted everyone, and you please come down, and you will have more opportunities in your life, sir. So don't take this hard step. He completely ignored me, and he was gathering his courage to jump from that cliff. I could sense that, and I told him, sir, imagine what if your family sees you in your body covered in a white cloth? How will your wife feel? What will happen to your two daughters? Sir, you are a backbone of your family, sir. You cannot do this. Somehow I sensed that he decided not to jump. Because he was drunk, so he was not having that courage, or he was not having that strength to get down. I told my friend that you please come, climb that cliff, and we could save that man. Me and my friend took that man down. Everyone, the crowd which gathered over there, they started yelling. I told everyone to stay out of this matter. I am handling this situation. And I asked him that, are you hungry? I bought him snacks. While he was having snacks, I started telling him that there are many opportunities in your life. You can even start from scratch. Even if today you start selling tea, or if you start selling snacks, you can manage a good income in your life. We were talking for 500 meters at that time. 500 meters. After 500 meters, he said, I will go. I didn't even ask his name, where he was staying. Like, I didn't even ask anything. He just went. After he went, I had the most amazing feeling in the world. I thought that I have contributed in some extent to save his life. Toastmasters, why did I share this scenario with you? Because in our life, we see so many people around you. They might be going through an emotional trauma. They might be going through an emotional situation. They might be going through emotional hurdles in their life. So you take up that step and talk with them. If you start sharing your experience and if you motivate them through your positive words, I believe you don't even know that how much you can contribute in their life. So Toastmasters, take up that step. I took that step on that day, and I decided to save that person's life. Will you take that step? If you see a man who is going through that emotional hurdles in your life, I urge you to take that step. Thank you so much, and over to you, Toastmasters.
No, it's not my student. Thank you. Toastmaster Puneet tricked all of us on the meeting poster. He had explained that all three speeches are milestone speeches. So you and I got you. But thank you very much. Excellent speech given Toastmaster Tushar, and that energy was so beautifully. Our third speaker for today is Toastmaster Umesh from Kolkata Toastmasters Club, who says his best friend is a school friend named Farooq, and the quality that he appreciates in his friend that he's a man of integrity. I would request his evaluator, Toastmaster Yash, to kindly read out the speech objectives.
Toastmaster Umesh today is attempting level 3 project 2, which is delivering a social speech. The objective of this speech is to address the skills needed to compose a speech for a social occasion and practice it in front of club members. The speech duration is 3 to 4 minutes.
Toastmaster Umesh, are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Just come slightly ahead. Toastmaster
it's
Umesh,
fine.
you can come slightly ahead.
Speak over there. Okay, when you speak over there, the mic is coming.
Toastmaster Umesh, you can come slightly ahead. We can hear you more clearly.
So is it clear now?
Yeah, you're clear. Now you can just push a bit back so we can see you.
Yeah, sure. Right?
Yeah, great. Toastmaster Umesh, the unexpected virtue of ignorance. The unexpected virtue of ignorance, Toastmaster Umesh.
So good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I would want you all to pick a fight. It is a very controversial idea, but we are all striving for freedom. And in this process, we are picking a fight. But the problem in today's world of, say, digital overload of information, that we are always picking the wrong fights. Somebody is, say, having a go with a troll on a Twitter feed or in the YouTube comment section. And in this process, we tend to lose a lot of energy and our mental peace, right? So I have made career transition and choices which most people say that are very unpeculiar in their ways. And how can one person go from, say, doing X to doing Y without any interruption in between? So I tend to formalize a set of principles that I have followed some way or another, that have come over the years of experience, that have kept me at good state. So when I see a new recruit joining an organization, he's smart, energetic, organized, but he'd be tend to get stuck with set of beliefs or, say, actions that are not long term in their, say, execution. For example, he would want, say, the position of the water cooler to be moved to his cubicle rather than, say, arranging for a different set of, say, he could carry a water jug with him and making requests to the, say, HR manager for that. So that will paint a very bad picture of the recruit who's doing that, but he's also addressing his set of queries. So that is what I want from this speech, that you get a set of ideas that you would want to implement if it deems right. And that takes you to picking up the right fight, because in our ways of progress, we would want to pick a fight. For example, some of you might be joining Toastmaster to improve your communication skills, and that is a good fight to pick. While most of my peers spend their times over, say, Amazon or Netflix of the world, we could be working on ourselves and making a constructive progress. So these set of principles I have bounded in 3 P's. First P is pressing. So when I joined Toastmaster, many people tend to go easy about it. They familiarize themselves and they have their time. And that is one thing, a way to go about it. But when I joined, I went full throttle. After each meet, I made it a point to seek evaluation from everybody and anybody about what is their why and how. And in this process, I gained a name as an inquisitive speaker, a curious mind. People started to calling me in for taking, say, different roles because they wanted a different character and angle to be played as one delivers a speech. Because everybody has a character to be played. For example, when I used to play, say, timer, I never used to open that I am today's timer. I would say something different, like, Main samay hu, I am today's time. And that would bring, say, an edge to the mundane presentation of a character. And this is what I believe Toastmaster is all about. That we all do have, say, 2 arms, a single body, a face, but how we add character, that makes a difference. Second P is possession. So when I joined Toastmaster, I met an immaculate speaker, evaluator, a leader that I wanted to be in association with. I made a point, a note to myself that if I move out or, say, whatever position be, I want to, say, have a one-to-one conversation with this person. And believe it or not, he is now my mentor. And last P is possession. You would always want to keep yourself firm and open. See, I have not met one person in my life who says that being an arrogant person gives him a great experience about oneself. Any arrogant person, after they say some small act of arrogance, feels really bad about it. And that is the third point. That is position. And it all can come if you choose ignorance. How? You ignore the task that does not show you a big picture, that does not show you a long term, safe consequence. Instead, do not focus on trivialities or peculiarities. Focus on the long term picture. So, what you say, Toastmaster of the day?